item up here.
Okay. If I can have your attention, it's 5:30, so we're going to call this November meeting to order. And the first item up is Pledge of Allegiance, and Miss ECP is going to read us in that.
Please stand.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you.
Our mission statement tonight will be read by Mac Harvey.
All right. The Beaufort County Schools will provide quality educational programs and services to ensure student academic and vocational success. Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very much. Any public comment, Lisa? Anybody sign up? Do not? Okay. First item is approval of the agenda, and everyone should have it put up on their screen. Is there any changes or anything need to be done to that? Okay.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, we've got a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? We have an agenda. Board minutes, 3.1, and if you pull those up for approval, maybe your computer's working a little better than mine. I think there's 2 sets of board minutes. Hopefully you've had time to look over those.
Move approval.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second on the approval of the minutes. Any discussion about those? Everybody was here, I think. Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed to that? Okay. Moves us into public recognition, and tonight, that will be, I believe, by Ms. ECP.
Good evening.
Good evening.
The character trait that was recognized in our schools for the month of November was citizenship. Our character education prizes were sponsored this month by Texas Roadhouse of Greenville. At the elementary level, the nominees were from Bath Elementary, Grayson Wynn; from Chocowinity Middle, Elizabeth Winkle; from Chocowinity Primary, Shane Zettelmoyer; from Eastern Elementary, Taylor Haddock; from John Cotton Taylor, Brianna Norman; from John Small, Kennedy Ross; from Northeast Elementary, Shane Barnes; and from S.W. Snowden, Javon Robertson. And the winner at the elementary level was Shane Zettelmoyer of Chocowinity Primary, if he will come forward. Okay. Shane is not. Okay. All right. Shane is from Chocowinity Primary. He's a 3rd grader. His parents are Rodney and Stephanie Zettelmoyer, and his teacher is Miss Lynn Whittington, if she will stand. She wrote, "In 20 years of teaching, I'm not sure I have ever taught a student like Shane Zettelmoyer. When I think of being a good citizen, I think of things like doing your part to make the community better, obeying rules and respecting authority, and being active in the community by voting or getting involved with decision making. Shane demonstrates all of these characteristics daily in our classroom. First, he has taken an active role in making our classroom a better place. He constantly does things around the classroom like tidying up, putting supplies away, cleaning up behind others to help out Coach John without asking or being asked. Other times he asks for permission to help out a student that needs assistance, or how he can help me. He offers to take things out of my hands, opens doors, pulls out chairs, and is just kind and considerate. It has kind and considerate behaviors that are not typical for a student of his age. Next, Shane always follows the rules and is so respectful of authority. He does as he is told with a smile and a yes ma'am. He was the first student in my class to receive a house point for Team Isabindi within the classroom and on Mrs. Williams' bus. His point card is already almost full. Finally, Shane has taken on an active role in the classroom with his learning. He is eager to learn and always does his best. He participates in class, focuses on his independent work, and never wastes a second of class time. Everything he does is with a sense of urgency to learn more or to have an opportunity to help someone else. Shane is a model student for the character trait of citizenship and would certainly represent our school and county well. We say congratulations to Shane. At the middle school level, the nominees were from Bath Elementary, Viridiana Sanchez Martinez; Chocowinity Middle, Jasmine Street; Northeast Elementary, Marcus Clayton; P.S. Jones, Hayden Anderson; and S.W. Snowden, Daniel Harrell. And the winner at the middle school level was Hayden Anderson from P.S. Jones. He will come forward. Hayden is an 8th grader at P.S. Jones. His parents are Richard and Diana Anderson, if they will stand. And he was presented by his teacher, Mrs. Rebecca Beers. And she wrote, "A good citizen is one who respects others. He or she is helpful and considerate, willing to put others first. He or she listens to the views of others and thinks about what they have to say. It's easy to be a good citizen when you're working with others who are similar to you. Hayden Anderson showed extraordinary citizenship when we worked with Excel at a softball game. Hayden is a football player who is looked up to by many. When Hayden helped children who were different from him, he interacted with them like they were his best friends. He was very helpful while still making them feel good about themselves. Some of the children really appreciated having someone to listen to them, and Hayden was fully engaged in the conversations. It was obvious that Hayden's presence positively impacted the children involved in Excel. Also, he has set an example for other P.S. Jones Builders Club members, so they followed suit. Hayden is an influential leader, and he uses this to show great citizenship. We say congratulations to Hayden.
Go ahead and greet the board, and
We'll walk by and shake their hands. We'll take a picture at the end. At the high school level, the nominees were
yeah, I gotta go get that.
from Early College High School, Catherine Jones. From the Ed Tech Center, Justin Willoughby. From Northside High School, Takeem Crandall. From Washington High School, Eric Main. And from Southside High School, Brianna Baker. And the winner was from Southside High School, Brianna Baker. She will come forward. Okay. Brianna is a 9th grader at Southside High School. Her parents are Scott and Christina Baker. And she was presented by her teacher, Miss Lisa Johnson. Is she here? Okay. We wrote, "I would like to nominate Brianna Baker from my second period Foundations of Math Class 1 for the character education trait of citizenship. Citizenship is doing your part to make your community better. I think that Brianna is the best student example of this trait that I believe I've ever had in my class. She makes our school community better by lending a hand to help students in need as well as teachers. Brianna has shown this trait by stepping up and helping 3 new students who are from Yemen and unable to understand our language. Brianna willingly offered to help log the boys into their Chromebooks and get them on Rosetta Stone each day. Brianna is a huge help to me by doing this. She was even willing to do the logging in for the boys when I had a substitute. Brianna also offers every day to do anything that I need her to do in order to make my job easier. I feel that she does this all with all of her teachers because she is that kind of person. Brianna is a pleasure to teach and such a blessing to our Southside Seahawk community. I am so proud of Brianna Baker. We say congratulations. And Mr. Zettelmore, yeah, you can come up. I'll read this. Okay. Again, Shane is you can stand right here, baby. Is a 3rd grader at Chocowinity Primary. His parents are Rodney and Stephanie Zettelmoyer, if they will stand. Okay. And again, his teacher is Miss Lynn Whittington. All right. In 20 years of teaching, I'm not sure I've ever taught a student like Shane Zettelmoyer. When I think of being a good citizen, I think of things like doing your part to make the community better, obeying rules and respecting authority, and being active in the community by voting or getting involved with decision making. Shane demonstrates all of these characteristics daily in our classroom. First, he is taking an active role in making our classroom a better place. He constantly does things around the classroom like tidying up, putting supplies away, and cleaning up behind others to help out Coach John without being asked or without asking. Other times he asks for permission to help out a student that needs assistance or how he can help me. He offers to take things out of my hands, opens doors, pulls out chairs, and is just kind and considerate. These behaviors are not typical for a student his age. Next, Shane always follows the rules and is so respectful of authority. He does as he is told with a smile and a yes, ma'am. He was the first student in my class to receive a house point for Team Izabindi within the classroom and on Ms. Williams' bus. His point card is already almost full. Finally, Shane has taken on an active role in the classroom with his learning. He is eager to learn and always does his best. He participates in class, focuses on his independent work, and never wastes a second of class time. Everything he does is with a sense of urgency to learn more or to have an opportunity to help someone else. Shane is a model student for the character trait Citizenship and would certainly represent our school and county well. Congratulations, Shane.
Ms. Williams.
Congratulations.
Good job, sir. Right, yeah.
Yes, he is. Now I know exactly what.
I've been in grief therapy.
I've got to check what's in that cup.
I'll take it up and we'll have some pine down there.
The communion over there.
Right, Elsa?
Congratulations.
This year, we're doing our Clean School Award by quarters, and for November, this is for November 2016. And I'd like to recognize those schools that received honorable mention, which is a score of 90 or above. Chocowinity Middle School, P.S. Jones Middle School, Northside High School, the Ed Tech Center, Chocowinity Primary School, Bath Elementary, Eastern Elementary, Southside High School, John Small Elementary, Washington High School, and John Cotton Taylor. Let's give them a round of applause. And at this time, I'd like to ask Mr. Clyde Bryant and Lacey Dixon from S.W. Snowden Elementary to come forward. They're the winners this time.
Great job. Thank you.
Good
job.
Good job.
Before we do our picture, we got a special video message from the students at Snowden that wanted to share with you. Take a look right here.
For everything. Thank you for the very clean school.
I believe that's a first. That's a different touch, isn't it?
Each year, we do a Superintendent's Christmas card contest where we have students do artwork for the annual Christmas card and use that we share with our folks around the state. And this year, we did something a little bit different. We have winners from the elementary, middle, and high school, and then we have an overall grand prize winner. Each winner will receive a certificate from Pizza Inn, and their artwork will be displayed at the Pizza Inn during Christmas season. They sponsored it this year. And the grand prize winner's artwork will be on this year's Christmas card for the Beaufort County Schools. I'd like to ask the following students to come up. Our elementary school winner from S.W. Snowden is a fourth grader, and I want to make sure I say her name correctly, Yamilet Osario Rosalino. Would you come up, please? We'll have you just stand there for a second. We'll let everybody go around and greet the board. You show everybody what your artwork looks like. Our middle school winner from Northeast Elementary School is a 6th grader, Ben King. Ben, would you come up? Our high school winner from Southside High School, 11th grader, China Lopez. And our grand prize winner is a 1st grader from Chakawinity Primary School, and her name is say your first name for me. I don't want Damiana Tyner. Damiana, would you come up? And Damiana's artwork will be the official Christmas card, and we'll also make sure she has copies to give out. Let's let them greet the board and get a picture. Okay. They also have a certificate in an envelope on the back of their artwork.
That looks wonderful. Can we see your picture?
Yeah, let me see.
Oh my goodness, that's beautiful. Good job.
Show me that card. Show me that card. Wow, that's
Gorgeous.
I know, that's great.
Glad I didn't compete.
So expressive.
Damiana, that is absolutely a winner.
It is. Some creative kids in our school.
Congratulations.
Where the one from Southside look like? The one from Southside High School.
Each year, we also have the North Carolina School Board Association Annual Conference in Greensboro, and several of our board members joined me there last week in Greensboro, and we had a couple folks that were recognized, and I wanted to share that information with you tonight and also give them the opportunity to be presented here in front of their peers. First, Miss Eltha Booth. Ms. Booth was given the Award of Distinction, which is an award given to school board members who have accrued between 401 and 500 hours of professional development. And it just is a testimony to the dedication and the passion and the commitment when you think about how long it takes to accrue 500 hours of anything. It's a great honor. So this was the award that was given, and we just want to say congratulations, and we're glad you're on our team. Thank you.
Thank you. Do I need to go
Please go around and greet the board.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Milk it for what you can get out of it.
Well deserved.
Congratulations.
And your name again is who? Mrs. Booth.
We'll get a picture in a minute if you don't mind. And Mr. Terry Williams. Mr. Williams, if you'll come up. Terry was named to the North Carolina All-State School Board, which is quite an honor. There are no more than 8 individuals across the state that get that. And the plaque says to Terry Williams, Beaufort County Board of Education for outstanding services to the education of North Carolina's children, November 17, 2016. Wow. Congratulations.
And you're going to make me walk around
the board too.
This is a first.
We appreciate you.
Thank you, sir.
And who are you from? Also, you can get a scholarship for that. What an impact.
What can I nominate for you for next? Congratulations, Terry.
You earned every bit of that.
Absolutely.
Do a quick picture.
That's
Two very well deserved awards.
yes.
And finally, one of our board members is ending the end of their tenure. They'll have one more board meeting next week, and we'd like to recognize Mr. Mike Isbell. Mike, if you'll come up. we wanted to give you a plaque, but certainly to thank you for your service and dedication and the amount of time and effort and just the work behind the scenes that goes on. Nobody will ever know that. But the plaque reads, "The Beaufort County Board of Education would like to recognize Mike Isbell for his dedication and service to the students and staff of Beaufort County Schools. Thank you for serving on the Beaufort County Board of Education from December 2008 to November 2016. Congratulations."
Thank you.
Yes, 8 years of service.
You want to let him speak?
If you'd like.
Well, let me say a couple sentences, and then I'll turn it over to Mike. Just on behalf of the board, I wanted to also thank Mike for his service. He's been a very dedicated board member. Since my tenure on the board, I've noticed Mike never brought any personal agendas with him. He always made all his decisions based on what was best for the students and the staff of Beaufort County, and that always made a real impression on me. And on a personal note, since the 6 years I've been here, it was Mike that kind of took me in to show me the ropes, because I came pretty green. Some people think that's where I'm still at. But it was Mike that's helped me along, telling me when to talk, when to keep my mouth shut. That's probably his only failure on the board. He's still working on that one. But it's nice to call him a board member, and I find it even a better honor to call him my friend.
Thank
And
you.
he is my friend. Have a word.
Well, as some of you know, I was a preacher for many years, so it's dangerous to put a microphone in front of me. But I want to thank the board and say that of course, I was disappointed to lose the election, but I think that the gentleman that is coming in will bring certainly some youth and some maybe some fresh ideas and some more involvement in the community, and so I want to thank everyone who did vote for me and the vote of confidence from the board. It's been a great pleasure working with all of you, and I'm very pleased that I was part of the board when we called Dr. Phipps to be our superintendent. I think that's one of our greatest accomplishments, frankly. So thank you.
Matter of fact, I think y'all better be walking and shake hands too. We won't do that. If I have to shake hands.
We don't. Doesn't Nelson need to be in this? Just you and me?
Anybody can come, the whole board can come.
No.
He said, no, nobody fast, didn't he?
And I was standing up for you to come back and sit down.
I told you to stay seated.
Thank you.
You want to miss your mind?
We sure are. Well. Didn't hear what you said, but.
And make sure before I say. Okay, that concludes the recognition portion of our meeting, which means if that's what you came for, we'll take about a 1 minute or two recess to allow you to leave. And if you want to stay for the real interesting stuff, just kidding, you're welcome to. This is usually the point where we clear the room pretty quick. Thank you for being here.
Have a happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
It's 3 months what we got to do today, right? Yep. Don't be. Don't be.
I knew you had the most.
I told Don, and I'll tell you what I told Don. If he ever gets tired of this superintendent's career path, he has a great future in creative writing.
I'm not surprised at Elton.
No. Christmas card winner?
So was I. Well deserved.
Was she from
So was I.
Snowden?
No.
No, you're not going over.
When they acted like it was
Don's
a
not
big
planning
deal
on
to
going
me,
over all 146.
maybe I'll tell everybody that because the way I feel about it, all I have, and I mean this, is serving you,
I looked at it, I got that many.
I know.
It's not like it was the last
And
time.
to me, that's what it's all about.
140 million.
Jerry Draper called me
Oh, okay.
Because I didn't have a number for him. I was like, he called me and was very cordial. And he sounds, I think he's going to be good.
Good.
And y'all make sure y'all put that on the Christmas tree.
Like when I got here, there was a learning curve. I'm sure.
Really, everybody was surprised. I think he was too.
There's the man of the hour right there. He's been in there doing them budget amendments, hasn't he?
Okay. Everybody get out. We'll take off here in a minute, Randy.
Find that thing.
Policy. So we're gonna start off with the good stuff.
This isn't action though, right? No.
Now it's no action.
Andre.
Are we in closed session?
No.
No.
It just looks like it.
Well, now I'm just giving everybody a chance to. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay, that's takes us back into a discussion, no action portion of our meeting. And there's an item for Don Phipps, I believe, Superintendent, to explain to us on policies.
Yeah, this is a discussion, no action. This is the first time you've seen the policies. And these are annual policy updates that we go through. As you look at the matrix and the table that's involved, most of these are connected to the Elementary and Secondary Education Act, some requirements, and others are other state legislative action that we need. There are a couple that are going to jump out at you. 3620 is the one that deals with middle school students, sixth graders participating in athletics, and we'll have that policy worded based on what we discussed a month or two ago, and we'll have that in front of you. Another one involves child nutrition and an alternative meal for students that are reduced or full paid when they don't have meals. We have to have a policy clearly written and in place by the end of July 2017. We already have some things in policy, but this is a good time to take a look at what we're doing locally. The others are just some things that are required by law, but this is our first reading, and you'll be seeing these again next month.
Which one was that one?
Policy 3620 and policy 6220. They're all in the
They're
packet.
not
again.
in alphabet, or I mean in numerical order.
No, they kind of look like they.
Oh, I see, okay.
Any questions for Don? Would you have a month to read over them?
No action
So,
tonight.
No action anyway.
Yeah.
Okay. Just a quick side note. Is Mrs. Zerniak still here?
I can check.
No, I mean, I was going to excuse him. I just
Yes,
didn't think
I
I didn't know if
believe he walked out.
I didn't know if he
I don't
understood
see him.
what I was looking at.
Unless he's standing outside the door.
Okay. All right, let's move into the action portion, and the first item up is capital budget
He's not.
update. And, well, he was here a second ago. He must be stepped outside. And while you're out there, Lisa, you can look and see if Mr. Zerniak is still here. If not, just explain that he can go. That's good. Yeah, that's fine. I just didn't know if he understood what I was telling him. You're up. We're moving right along. Okay. And there's several attachments. I'm assuming just go straight to the capital update one first.
Yes, sir. We'll go there
Okay.
first, and then we'll
All right.
we'll go through the rest of them.
Okay.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Didn't mind opening up here. Yeah. Give y'all a brief update on what has been going on with the capital update, trying to spend the funds down and acquire the things that were approved. We ordered and have received the 12 vacuums.
4 vacuums, right?
Excuse me.
4, not 12.
Yeah, excuse me, 4 12-inch vacuums, state contract at $449.96 each, and we had a budget of $500. There's another part to this. We decided to try a new brand of vacuum that's out. They brought by and give us a trial on a brief one-day trial, but I decided to purchase one of those for the benefits that it offered. It offers a 5-year warranty on parts, except the power cord. It has very many other features, such as a longer cord, longer suction hose, and several different attachments. But it's very much easier to troubleshoot any problems. The cost of these units are $421.21 and a budget of $500, which is a $28.75 savings on the Windsor brand that we currently are been using, and it only carries a 1-year warranty. So our total cost of vacuums purchased were $2,221.05 with a budget of $2,500. This thing come on down.
Two buffers.
Yep, I can't get mine to move.
No, you want it.
Here we go. Let's move now. Come on here. crazy. We purchased 2 buffers under state contract at $649.04 each, including the tax was $1,298. The budget was $1,300. These units have been received. We did order a 6x12 trailer, enclosed tandem trailer for plant operations from A&W Trailer Sales in Pinetown. The price was $3,295, and we had a $3,500 budget, and it's a 3 to 4 week lead time on delivery. The fuel management system that was previously approved is in the process of being ordered. We had to set up a credit app with Southeast Petroleum as a vendor, and then we also had to fill up a credit report with them. So all this is in process of being done now.
Quick question.
Yes, sir.
On the enclosed trailer, can you use the money that was left over to put the logo on it? Are you going to put the logo on it?
We'll do our ABC logo, yes, sir, no problem. Yeah, they're only like $12, $14 each, so. Very good. Northeast Elementary electrical outlets in the media center was a project that was on the Capitol. And since the time that the budget's gone on and all that, Northeast has actually purchased laptop computers and no longer has a need for the additional outlets in the media center. So it's my recommendation that we close out these projects and return the money back to the general capital fund. That was a $2,800 project. Northside High School electrical outlets are currently being installed by the Beaufort County School electricians. This project should be completed by the end of this week. P.S. Jones concrete walkway at the main entrance staging area. This area was poured and finished by Davis Concrete of Woods Creek on 11/11/16 at a cost of $1,163.58 with a budget of $1,200. The 3 expandable gates for the bathroom at Southside have been received from Granger in the amount of $162.50. This will be completed installation this week by Beaufort County Schools plant op staff. Plant operation was also able to install one of the new bar units at CPS in classroom number 107. This was one where our HVAC technician was able to work it out through the school and the principal to have that unit changed out. It was a unit we've been having some problems with, so that was great to have one on hand to be able to place it out with a new one instead of put something used back up there. The painting has been in progress at our schools with our custodians, volunteers, and community service workers. We had one 15-16 project that was still on books that we finished up, and that was the Chocowindy Middle School band room soundproofing. This has been completed by PC Sound of Washington in the amount of $7,999.07. Budget was $8,000. Any questions?
Any questions for Stan? I just got a few little ones, but I think I know most of the answers to them. Do you want me to ask them?
Yes, sir.
Okay. On the 15-16, I don't think there's anything really left there. We had 2 items, remember, there was no bids on. Did we just decide just to come back and readdress that later down the road? I mean, nobody bid. It was the, what was it, the ceiling? Yeah, we already talked this stuff. But I'm just trying to get rid of this sheet altogether here.
That was kind of one question that I talked to Dr. Phipps about, possibly if we could buy the product and hire somebody to put it up. I can definitely get it within budget if we do it that way, by us buying the ceiling tile and the grid at our cost versus that, and then hire a contractor to put it in.
That will be under $5,000.
And it would still be under the $5,000 amount. So if y'all would allow me to do those projects that way, I can get the 2 rooms at Snowden done and the Chocowindy Middle School cafeteria.
Okay. Because, like I said, I'm just trying to eliminate this sheet so at least.
And I think that would basically wind it up, other than things that we were way over budget on.
The only other thing that I saw on there were the ones we'd already put on hold.
Correct.
Then we've been carrying that access road over and over and over. But I don't think there's any, so.
That would wind it up.
You've got a little bit to play with, just doing my quick head math, which is not always very good, but if that 2,800 that we're talking about returning back, and then everywhere else where you saved anywhere from 93 cents to almost $300, all of that comes to about $3,800.
Real good there, $3,851.
That's what I talked to Mr. Doan about, getting that money rolled back over and closing out those projects so we don't see them, those ones that we have completed, and he's working on getting that done.
Well, Lisa, you can just kind of look over this sometime, but I think you can probably close this one out and quit following it. But I'll let you and Don decide that. And that's a piece of paper you don't have to worry about anymore.
Do we have to, do you need a motion, or is just for him to
Well, he's got
purchase the materials?
You got something else to show us, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Have several.
And that's a project that's there, and we know what the budget is, so it would come in under 5,000, so we, you know.
We don't have to-
We'll
We don't
bring
have
it
to,
to you.
we can just sit there for now.
Okay.
I showed us skip down and my computer just went crazy again. We'd like for y'all to skip down to the third one and let's look at the picture before we go into the actual.
Go back to the attachment.
Yes, sir, go back to the.
Stan, on that sheet, you have something that says need approval on the following projects.
Yes, that's
You
where
wanna do that now?
I'm working on now, yes, sir.
Which the enclosure picture?
Yes, go to enclosure pictures. There you go. And the one that's up there is the one with the doors and the glass, showing the facade is the white part we're talking about above the windows that I'm getting ready to talk about. And then when you click on the second one, it actually shows an up-close, underneath version of what you see in that facade. The storefront looks tremendous. They look very, very good. And I'll give you just a brief update on that project in just a second, too. But you can see that the metal and stuff is deteriorating. All that was repainted, but already the rust and stuff there. So what we were intended to do, if y'all's approval, and this in there was a quote for $4,000, which is that attachment that's in there, $4,376. And what that would do would encapsulate that fascia with aluminum all the way around, so it would all be new, it all would match, and we would be through with that courtyard for years to come.
Okay. You want to handle that one separate from all the other stuff you already given to us?
Yeah, because the rest of it are new items. Yep. And a brief update on it. Project is pretty well completed. They were missing the bug screens off the drain, and they asked them to wash the courtyard down, pressure wash it before they finish the project up. So project is done, working very well. Air conditioning and the heat's both working. We've had days to try both of them out. Today was definitely a heat day, so that project there has gone great with stocks and total.
On that overall project, where are we at?
We are dead up on budget. We have not had any change orders to this day. I can tell you, I've got it right here.
You just about got it right here.
I got it somewhere.
We can get that, Stan.
Yeah, it is a dead up. We owe less than $7,000. It's currently outstanding, $2,000 and something to the designing firm, MHA, and there's like $5,000 owed to Stocks and Taylor, which we're holding for final inspection and everything, but no change orders on this project. This will be the first change order, and that's why we were waiting here to the end to ask that, so.
Yeah, but we hadn't spent all the money on that project.
We've had $300,000 sitting aside for
Yeah.
it, so we basically got $29,000 and some
Right,
change
I was
sitting
going to
there.
say,
So-
that was a pretty
Yeah.
good buffer still in there.
Yes, sir.
So this
$100 would
$4,376,
come out of that.
it'll be taken out, and we still have a buffer.
Okay.
Any questions about this from anybody?
No.
Because I know what he's talking about. You're going to have to deal with it sooner or later. You might
Sooner
as
or
well
later,
deal-
it's
you might as well
gonna
deal
be
with
like
it
the
now.
north side canopy where it just continues, no matter if you
Yeah.
sandblast it and
You might as well
everything, it
deal
just
with
keeps
it.
coming
It's not
back.
going to look
So-
better as time
No,
goes
it's
on.
going to look worse and
Yeah.
worse.
But north side does look better.
Well, at this present time, but it's something that's gonna be coming. We'll have to encapsulate it at some time.
Yeah, my recommendation to go ahead and do it, especially since we still have the money sitting there. So what's the pleasure of the board? I hear a motion.
Make a motion, we add this to the Eastern project and pay for it out of the existing buffer that's still there.
Okay. I hear a second.
Second.
Okay. So we have a motion to second. It's $4,376 out of basically the original contract amount. And we'll just tally it up at the very end. Any other questions? If not, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed to that? Okay, let's move on to
We'll
those next
move down to
bids.
bid 60 total.
Yep.
It's a 97 gigabyte.
Okay, yep.
And this is for the air compressors that were on capital. Our budget is $7,950. We had two to solicit bids, which is the next attachment that's in there is actual their bids. And Miss Lisa made this little sheet here with Clark Equipment Company and Service. Their bid was $2,872 each plus tax. and piston ring machine of Washington was $2,650 plus the tax. So without the tax, their piston and ring has the low bid, but they are actually within budget. When you add the taxes, additional $536.63, bringing the total package, if y'all approve it, to $8,486.63.
Where's Clark Equipment Sales?
They out of on River Road.
It's a local.
Yes, ma'am, one of the local. And we put this out on RFP. It went out to several other ones, but we didn't get any reply but these two.
Right, okay.
All right.
I mean, it's within reason.
Yeah, move approval.
Second.
Piston ring.
Got a motion to second. Any other discussion? If not, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, go ahead and take care of that,
And the
Stan.
next one is bid 61. It's a 184 gigabyte folder.
Gotcha.
And these at the top up here, this is our, what we currently have budgeted for the projects that we sent out for the glass wall infrastructures that will be added at the campuses that are shown at the top here, the budgeted ones, for a total budget of $60,920. When you go in and actually look at each project, some of the projects, we had two bids returned on it. One, we had a call in to ask to please continue them again, but they just didn't have time at this time to bid on the project, so we only had two. And one of these was one that just saw it on the internet out of Garner, North Carolina, a Glass America company that bid on it. And then locally, which is at AAA Glass, which AAA Glass is the lowest bid winner. They offered it in, and their total bid was $62,900, which that's the wall infrastructures, with an alternate bid of $7,200, and that was for the automatic door openers for the schools that currently have door openers on the exterior door. You with me on that?
Yeah.
The alternate bids are like P.S. Jones and John Small. They both currently have a door operator on the outside door, so we would therefore need a door operator on our inside door. We ask it as an alternate. It doesn't have to be done at this time, but we can do it in the future if y'all choose. AAA's project price come in for a total price of $62,900, but when they offer the turnkey price, they give us a $2,900 discount, which definitely puts it at $60,000 within our budget totally. Some of the projects that I had estimated in before, some are higher and some are lower, but on a total turnkey of all security in the wash, it all comes out to be within budget of $60,000. If you choose to go with the door opener, it'd be $67,200.
What happened with Carolina Glass? Bid.
They didn't bid.
Oh, they
You're
did?
talking, that the company there's Glass and whatever, they're evidently giving us Raleigh prices. You know, they're astronomical.
That's what I was talking
Yeah, Carolina Glass, yeah.
Yeah.
There's another one that's East Carolina Glass that we had asked to bid, and
Right.
they're the ones that called Miss Lisa and said, please continue us in the future, but they're just too busy to bid on
Yeah,
it
they
right
said
now.
that probably next
They
summer
said it
before
would
they
be
could
the
get to
middle
it.
of next year before they could even put it up
Right,
at the
okay.
earliest. So,
Right. Because I read through this a couple of times and I just couldn't figure out the difference
yeah,
between.
when I saw them today, I was very surprised. There must be a big difference between Raleigh and here.
Now, you talking about the ADA push button for access
Yes, sir.
to get in the door?
Yes, sir. Like at
If
John
there's-
Small, currently, we have one there that operates the exterior door. So now if we put up this inside glass infrastructure and the kid doesn't make the regular bill time when the doors will be unlocked, then it would need a door operator on the interior door that we will be adding. So that's why we asked for it as an alternate. It does not have to be done right now. There's no rules or laws that we're breaking. It's just a convenience to honor. We can always go open the door for a person,
But to do it later, is that going to be a hindrance because of
It
wiring?
will be if we don't put the electrical wire. If we go in and put the electrical
That's what I
wire
was
in, we put the
thinking.
wall in, we can add it at any time, so, but that's totally y'all's call.
Well, for the difference, my.
Up front
reason,
would be
let's
a whole
just go
lot
ahead and
more.
do it. You're gonna pay more if we have to call them back in here.
Right, not to mention it's going to make a
And,
mess.
well, I mean, I know what the bids on these were. This is only partial of the projects. Because I remember it was at $466,000, but we had set aside, was it $300 for other items? So, I mean, we still got projects out there. I'm not saying spend $166,000, but I'm saying.
Well, the Chocowinton
we
Middle
don't
School
know
and
yet,
alone is
so-
gonna be a big savings to Chocowinton Middle School.
Exactly.
My
So-
proposal I'll bring back to y'all next time,
Yeah.
so it'll,
I don't think in the grand scheme of things, it would pay us to wait on the 7,000, come back later and do it.
I agree.
So my recommendation, is that what your recommendation?
Yes, sir, that's my recommendation as we
ahead
go with
67.
the alternate bid included.
Just one question, on John Cotton Taylor, we were looking at installing 2 sets of doors in the lobby. Was that something different?
Yeah, they're just, the frames are already there, and Raybon is placing me doors and the closures and everything. Yes, sir.
It'll be a separate kind of
Yes, sir.
project.
Yep.
But this will take care of what I call the easier ones.
This is the easiest ones. All the other
Right.
ones had some design and a few
Exactly.
other things involved
Okay.
upon.
Because I know like at the primary school, you were talking about building something outside. We had to tackle those one
Right.
by one.
These are the ones that we can do in, and hopefully some of them can be done over Christmas. Can get started on them anyway, so we make a big dent, and then after that, they can basically be finished up with the kids, be plug and play, because it's like a Lego set, it kind of snaps together once they get the bottom rail down, so.
Do they know we want them to be working on these over the holidays?
Yes,
'Cause that's
sir.
what
Yeah,
I
I've
wanted
told
to-
them.
That was my
Yes.
next question. Okay, do you have a question?
No.
Anybody else?
Okay.
Okay.
Move approval.
All right.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. Any other discussion or questions about these? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Okay. Just for the record, not that it matters, but I took our capital list and went through all things that you'd proposed. I went through them this afternoon, and that knocks out a big hump of the projects that we have out there. Because everything listed on here, remember, Don, we didn't approve, it was just the ones highlighted. So that's a pretty good job, Stan. That was-
Thank you, sir. I
we
worked
did-
hard to get it all in the
Well,
last couple of weeks,
yeah,
and Miss Lisa worked with me to get it done, and.
I just don't want it all to get done. You guys think there's nothing to do come next year, but.
Yeah, we have a few more things that's out there ready, just ready to be back to y'all, hopefully by the 13th, so.
Even though we get these going on, can you go ahead and start some preliminary work on those other projects?
Oh, yes, sir. I'm already on,
Because
I'm in them.
we'll be meeting with commissioners in April, and I was actually with a commissioner today, and that's gonna come up as a question, how much of that is done when we
Well,
meet with them, so we don't need
The
to.
two
be working
gutter
too
ones, the one
much.
at Bath Elementary and Southside's working on today, and we've had all kind of computer problems in our building today. We lost phone system, had a lot of problems today, so, didn't get much accomplished today, but I was working on finding the drawings so I could have the exact spec of gutters, length, material gauge, everything like was
Okay.
originally there.
And if you look over, and there's some easier than others, I'm not giving you any particular order.
Right, I understand.
Attack the ones you can attack.
All right.
Okay, any other questions? Anything else we need?
I have one more item that I don't think.
got one
Go ahead.
question.
Yes, sir.
I noticed on, I think this is AAA's, let me make sure, yeah. On their bid, they marked through the providing removable cylinders.
That was a mistake on his part with the, required locks. It doesn't require the center mullion, and that was my typo. And he should have marked through removable center mullion, and he marked through vendor will provide. He will provide the cylinders and our cores, and we're not required to have the center mullions with the hardwire that I spec. They use a top and bottom strike.
Okay.
So we won't have to put that in there, so good catch. Miss Lisa caught that this morning too, so we
Okay.
called him up and talked to him. And he said it was his mistake.
Is there another attachment you want us to go to? or- I don't think
Did it
we
make
will.
it Miss Lisa uniform?
I don't think so.
I don't see it neither.
Yeah, let's see.
Dollar figure, it's not an attachment.
Right, okay, just a dollar figure. In what we presented to y'all a while back in the uniforms, I think it's a little better than a month ago, was to purchase the uniforms for the custodial staff and plant operations. There was a misunderstanding between what we called the garage and maintenance staff, and UniFirst did not include plant operations uniforms in that bid. So for the plant operations uniform would be $4,385.91 add to that approval that y'all had pre-done before to purchase the uniforms. It still puts us under budget for the total year. It would put us under budget. Next year we would save this year we saved like $7,000 instead of $9,000, and next year we saved a whole $23,000. So it was a big misunderstanding between what we call plant operation and maintenance.
Do you understand what the figures were? Because I can't remember what we approved already.
You approved $13,985.84.
That's close enough.
Yep, to the money.
And what was set
But what was
aside?
not included in that was tonight's request of $4,385.91.
And what was the budget on that?
Originally, the budget for rental uniforms, I think, was $27,000.
That's right, yeah, it was closer to 30.
Right at 30,000.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, we're still.
We're still under.
Way.
Yes, we just did-
There's still a savings.
I got- yeah,
Still a
we're-
big savings.
When the bill comes in and it's 17, not 13, we wanted to make sure it was okay.
Oh, I understand, but we're still way under.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Oh, definitely.
But you need us to approve that.
That additional money, yes, sir.
Does everybody understand what he's saying?
We
You added
we
on.
wanted to make y'all aware of it. It was a mistake, so.
I appreciate
Minus
it.
13.
I understand, I'm just saying, there's been some pushback since we voted to go that way, that it wasn't necessarily what they all wanted, but the vote's done now,
Well, I was
so.
gonna say, we're 3/4 of the way there
That's
already
right.
now, so you can't change it this year. What's the board's pleasure on adding this? I mean, I think that's what
We
we
have
need to
to do
add.
it.
Yeah.
So move, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, I got a motion. Do I hear a second?
Ms. Barber?
I see her shaking her head.
Yeah,
Okay.
second.
I don't think there's any last questions. Everybody understands what it is. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Okay, so when the bill okay, got one right up here. So when the bill comes, I guess we won't be surprised.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Stan. Budget approval, amendment approval by Mark, I believe.
Yes, sir. This is a standard budget amendment. Michelle Oros, this is another grant that she's procured for us, 21st Century Community Learning Grant. All we're doing, this is the technical, this budget, once this money is sent to us, then we have to move it into a special fund, so it's in a grants fund. We're just the pass-through folks on this. Ms. Oros wrote the grant specific to certain schools and what it's to be used for. We just have to move it from one fund to another, which requires board approval. So that's why I'm bringing this amendment to you.
Okay. So, do I hear a motion for this?
Move approval?
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any questions? If not, hearing any. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Okay. Thank you, Mark.
Yes, sir.
And we stay with you, I believe, for
That's
a merit
correct.
plan, merit pay plan, excuse me.
This summer, North Carolina General Assembly passed Session Law 36.1A that said that school systems would have to create a one-time merit pay plan for non-instructional employees, and that the state would give a certain amount of money for state-funded positions only, and the only requirement being that you could not do across the board, just say, whatever the amount of money is, we're going to divide it evenly to everyone. There has to be some kind of basis for this merit pay. If you remember, we spoke about this earlier this summer. Actually, I think it was right the night before the beginning teacher picnic, when we were talking about the fact that this merit pay plan had come out, and that we at the time said that we have approximately 360 employees who would fall under this merit pay plan. These are clerical, custodian, child nutrition, bus driver, bus monitor, transportation, garage, teacher assistants, bookkeepers, maintenance, technology, power school, receptionists, and pretty much any other classified person that's not a substitute or in a special after-school program of some sort. And that while that it's nice that the state was giving us a certain amount of money for the state-funded folks, that would require us to fund locally some of those positions. Child nutrition would have to pay for some of this merit pay. The federal programs would have to pay for some of their folks. Otherwise, we have so many folks that are split funded, we don't have all 360 are pure out of state funds. It would be nice if it worked out that way, but it didn't. So Dr. Phipps and I began work on the merit pay plan and presented it talk to our different leadership folks about the way to award this money. It's not a huge amount of money. Basically, we had two requirements, performance requirements, and then longevity since your last hire date. Performance in the sense that if you're still here, then you must be satisfactory. Otherwise, we certainly should have done something to rectify that situation. And then based on your last hire date, and then we went through the amount of money the state gave us and basically worked from there. So you can see that those employees with satisfactory performance who've been here from 0 to 5 years would receive a one-time bonus of $225. Those 6 to 10 would be $250. 11 to 15, $300, 16 to 20, $350, and those 21 years or more, $400. The state gave us approximately $92,000 of their money to spend on this. It will be approximately $40,000 of local money to make this happen. And then certainly child nutrition, federal programs will also have to kick in as well. So our charge was to put together a merit pay plan and bring it to the Board of Education, our local board. The plan was local. We have to submit it to the state, assuming you approve it, and then we would make the payments in December
Of this year.
same time that teachers get their teacher supplement. Then
Okay.
all classified folks would get this merit pay bonus in their December paycheck.
And I want to stress that we're required to not include instructional individuals. So what we tried to look at, and we took out anybody who was an administrator, and we feel like the folks that are here are the folks who generally make the least amount of money, and we want to recognize them, and this is an opportunity for us to do something special for them, even though it's not as much as we'd like to give. It's more than we've been able to do in the past, so we're recognizing those individuals throughout our system.
Okay. And you got all our budget numbers worked out,
Yes, sir.
everything's built out, okay. Anybody have any questions?
One comment, the first paragraph under A, eligibility, calls it a merit play plan.
But was that intentional?
Depends on which check you get, I guess.
Yes.
We'll correct that.
Okay. What's the board's pleasure?
Move approval.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. Any last questions, discussions? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Okay, thank you, Mark.
Yes, sir.
And now we need to look at a really high dollar lease with the town of Aurora. The dollar, I think. And
We hope it stays that
that's
way.
you too.
Yes, me too. Yes,
Okay,
sir.
that's you too, Mark.
As you may or may not know, there are 25 acres adjacent to Snowden Elementary School that at one point belonged to PS Phosphate and now belong to the town of Aurora. And we have had a lease with the town for the last 9 years. The lease is ending. This is the first step in the process, which is to ask the Board of Education if you are allow us to pursue talking with the town to extend the lease and see what kind of terms we can come up with. That's just, we don't have the paperwork yet. We can't go into the process or decide terms or talk about anything till you approve that it's okay for us to do so. And then I would be coming back to you later with the details. This is just a, are you okay with the conversation getting started?
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Move
Okay.
approval.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. I think everybody's in favor of you going and talking, but let's hear them say so. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed?
What piece of property is it?
Where the football field, the baseball field, the softball field,
Okay.
all that.
Field.
Yeah.
But between the old school and.
Right.
That
what's
is
there now?
correct, yes, sir.
Which we need.
As Miss
Everything to the west of the
Mhm.
As Miss Williams said, if there's a field in it, it's in that lane.
Okay, having completed that, I'll entertain a motion to go into closed session.
I move that we go into closed session pursuant to General Statute 143-318.11A1 to prevent disclosure of confidential personnel files under General Statute 115C-321.
Second.
Got a motion and a second to go into closed session. All in favor, say aye. Aye. We're in closed session. Okay, we're back in open session, and the first order of business is to approve the personnel agenda that was just discussed.
So
Okay.
moved, Mr. Chair. Second.
Okay, got a motion and a second. Any last questions? Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Okay, the personnel agenda is approved, and we'll move to updates calendar. And Don, you want to explain anything?
Take a look at the calendar. We have a minority hiring practices committee meeting tomorrow night at 5 o'clock. And then a week from tonight on the 28th, we'll have our school improvement plan presentations by our principals. If you recall, we did 4 of those at one of our meetings earlier, so there'll be 10. I hope I can get you out of there in about an hour and a half. That'll be at 5 o'clock on the 28th. And then we're having a single board meeting in December as we normally do. Notice the start time there is at 4 o'clock, and then we'll move next door for a dinner with the board and family members. So just make sure you're aware of those dates.
Somebody asked me, do we do any recognition at that since it's at 4 o'clock? We'll just skip that month. Is that what we do?
You meant character education awards?
Yeah, I guess that's what they were talking about. I don't know. Okay, well, if it is, it is. I'll tell them maybe. Okay. Let me go back to board member updates. Anyone have anything they'd like to say?
I want to just once again congratulate Ms. Booth on her years of service. We have appreciated everything that you have done to represent Beaufort County, and in some way or another, I hope you're going to continue to have those inroads in Raleigh, and we appreciate, and that is a well-deserved award, and we are certainly very thankful for all Mr. Williams has done for the school board and continues to do, and so I'm really proud. I'm sorry I wasn't there, but I'm really proud to have gotten that news, and we thank you.
And let me say one thing about Miss Booth. I'm gonna call her Alpha. I'm out of this Miss Booth and Terry and Mr. Williams stuff.
Thank you, Terry.
After spending 2 or 3 days with her up at the state meeting, I think her time that she has spent as a director was well spent. Because if you just follow her around, which I didn't follow her around, but at lunch, you know, meetings and breakouts and stuff, and see how the people at the state level come up to her and react, it is obvious that she has, let me see, how do I say this nicely? Probably been vocal at the state level for us, because they all know who Alpha Booth is. All of them know who Alpha Booth is. And that's a good thing, Ms. Booth. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. But she is well respected at the state level, as is our superintendent. I mean, you sit and have lunch with him, and everybody that comes by stops to talk. You know, you just want to keep on going so you can eat. But they all stop and talk. So we've got some folks that, hey, we should be proud of these folks. So anyway, and I do thank you for all you do. And have done, apparently done an awful lot. So.
Yes. Thank you, and I do appreciate and thank the board for putting their confidence in me as representing you on the board of directors. I've been asked if I would consider serving on a committee.
Good.
So I'm thinking about it. I'll let you know.
Good.
Think about it real hard.
Yeah.
In the future, it will give me insight and some things that I could come back to you with. So we'll see what happens, but thank you also. As much as you thank me, I thank you for allowing me to do that
I
for
appreciate it. You know, I'm not into individual awards, and I told them at the state level, the board that I'm happy and honored to be a part of is the one over here in Beaufort County. This is the one that I'm pleased to be on. And that's not to sound unappreciative. I don't mean it like that. But being here with you guys and doing what we can do for the students here in Beaufort County, that's what impresses me. Beyond that, it's just something to talk about. It's just something to talk about. Okay, superintendent update. So
can I,
you can
not to have the last word.
No, you can say anything you like. You can say anything.
Since we've all just really said nice things about each other, and I'm just in making my swan song speech over here a while ago, earlier in the meeting, then you always think of the things you didn't say, and I really have enjoyed working with all the board members, and the ones that are no longer with us also. And when I said I was surprised at Terry's recognition, but not at Ms. Booth. That was no reflection on Mr. Williams. I know that Ms. Booth's work is known far and wide, and she's known and appreciated, and I certainly am part of that public that is wide and appreciative. But I was just pleased and delighted to hear about Terry's recognition, and thank him for being such a good chairman.
I told you have a superintendent who excels in creative writing. Well deserved. Any updates, Don?
Well, and kind of playing off what you all are talking about, I think there's great value for Beaufort County to be at the table at the state level.
Absolutely.
And you know, it takes time, it takes effort to go to the meetings because they're rarely in Washington. We have to go a ways to be there. But I think representing the northeastern part of the state, representing Beaufort County, is a strategic place for us to be, and I hope we continue to do that. Just want to let the public know that Wednesday before Thanksgiving is a makeup day, 2-hour early release. But we certainly hope that everyone has a wonderful Thanksgiving time with their family and enjoy some time off for those who have the opportunity to do that. And hope you have a great Thanksgiving.
Okay. Sure, everybody.
Happy Thanksgiving.
With that being said,
I'll make a motion we adjourn.
Second.
got a motion and a second to adjourn. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Go eat some turkey.
Thanks.